Hello everyone, it's your girl Tosca. I hope you guys are doing well. This is going to be a message from the divine because I got a big download today, and I've been learning and re-educating myself, and I would like to impart some wisdom to a lot of you that I've been rehearsing and understanding and reliving, because there are certain circumstances right now that a lot of us might be reliving or looking at, and we're like, we've been here before, like what's going on? So yeah, I'm sending you guys massive love and light. Namaste. The divine in me honors the divine in you. So yeah, let me get started, you guys. So I wanted to talk a little bit about forgiveness, your prayers, healing, and I don't know why I'm getting the word, there's going to be some adjustments that have to be made, and miracles. Okay, so I hope you guys like this. Like, share, and subscribe. This is completely free. And enjoy it. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. I am an intuitive reader. I have been an empath for a long time, and I've also been a medium since I was a kid, since I was 10. These things all kind of created the being and the person who I am now. And I had to learn to accept a lot of things in my life and to let go of a lot of things in my life, things that were no longer necessary. All right, so when it comes to love, forgiveness, and your health, I'm not an expert on this. However, from what I know, forgiveness is such a key part in terms of healing yourself. So when I talk about chakras, when I talk about motivating yourself, when I talk about healing, when I talk about letting go or forgiving or moving on, these are things, these are aspects, very transformative parts of ourselves that we have to kind of activate in order for us to move on and be comfortable with moving on to. The only discomfort, the only uncomfortable part about life is knowing that we can't be comfortable. We're always evolving, we're always growing, we're always in tune with each other. I don't care if you are Jungkook or some person down the street. For whatever reason, we are all a collective, we are all a whole. And it's scary. It's scary to know that there is a massive form of human energy that we can actually see, we can actually feel, and it feels like it's heavy. It's a heavy burden on us. So before I get started, I'm going to use my energy oracle deck. So I've been reading tarot for almost 10 years now, and It's brought me a lot more clarity than anything, but if it doesn't bring you clarity, which I hope it does, if it doesn't bring you clarity, I would consider meditation or praying. 3 cards, please, from my collective. You know, I believe that we all go through things. We all go through things to wake us up. And it doesn't mean that we always have to be accommodating to everyone else, especially those who have hurt us, especially those who haven't seen our worth. But we also have to understand our ego and our minds and our energy is not attached to those who cannot give us the appreciation or cannot give us the time of day. You send them light and love and move on, right? Then you got the broken heart. You got Archangel Michael, so he's kind of covering this reading right now. And the root chakra, your stability. You have appreciation and strategy. This is the I am. This is the version of us. This is our lower frequency version of us as humans who feel like we've endured a lot, that we've almost broken ourselves so much, because broke is not just a financial thing. Being broke is a mental, physical, emotional type of understanding. And a lot of us have repelled love, repelled, it could even be repelling relationships, maybe putting our mind on our money and our money on my mind, when we should be really caring for each other. We are connected to each other. The universe doesn't play favorites, right? The universe doesn't say, oh, you've suffered long enough, this is your moment, right? The universe doesn't play those games. We've put those kinds of stipulations and rules in order to keep us feeling small, keep us feeling underappreciated, keep us feeling manipulated. And we have to think outside that prism or outside that paradigm. Adjacent possibilities. Give me one more card. Some of us have really, and I will fall into this category, some of us really just tossed away opportunities of love just to find our stability. Like, our stability was not in our heart. Our stability was at what we had, like material gain. We got storm warning and anxiety. So yeah, a lot of my readings really go into like bringing the mental state of mind and calming it down, because the last thing you want is to live in a life of not just insecurity, but living a life of instability because you're being unstable with yourself. Door to romance. Some of you want the love and affection of someone. Some of you want the relationship and the marriage with someone else, or someone, I don't know, maybe some of you want I'm hearing the word devotion. Someone, you want someone to be devoted to you, but have you looked at yourself? Have you devoted back into yourself? Maybe you need to, open up a book, learn some things, relearn some things about yourself, appreciate yourself. the mind is a terrible thing to waste. I've always believed that. I was an avid reader growing up. I was always in the spelling bee. I like, you cannot get enough knowledge in this world. You cannot. Like, we are just scraping the surface, right? Knowledge is a gift. Brain power is a gift. And to really kind of elevate your mind and understanding who you are is like the greatest gift. To me, that is the greatest gift, because you're learning how to understand yourself in times of circumstances, in times of pain, in times of agony, in times of unrest. I call it the civil war is in your mind. It's like civil unrest all the time. And it feels like we want the next opportunity and the next thing. Have we really kind of come to terms with what has happened? And I'm not saying we're perfect. We're not perfect. We will never be fully healed. I think healing is a process that will take some of us, it will take a lifetime, right? Some of us it's karma. Some of us it's dharma. But we have to kind of take it in stride and know, like, okay, we'll be okay. And be honest, you have to do what's best for you, best for what is meant for you, best for what is best thing that prioritizes your needs first. And I've been listening to a lady, her name is Carolyn Miss, amazing lecturer. She has her own set of tarot cards, but she's an amazing lecturer. She opened up my mind, and she's, she even says things like the universe does not play favorites. Just because you suffer doesn't mean you're going to get what you want. It all depends on your mindset. It all depends on what you go after. It all depends on you, basically. And so how much power you have defines how you will succeed, how you will elevate, how you will move through in life. And unfortunately, sometimes in life you have to let things go. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable is what I'm picking up. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable, because life can sometimes throw you curveballs. Life can a lot of times throw you hits and misses. So hold on to your whatever it is that you are dreaming of, whatever it is you're manifesting, whatever it is you want, and you see it in your mind. You can hold it in your hand. Okay? We're living now in a time where religion is becoming less and less relatable. We're in this time now where we kind of know our ecosystem on a higher frequency. We are in the age of Aquarius, right? We are in an age of a higher frequency. So the messages may not come directly to, let's say, a preacher or to a pope, but it can come to any individual, right? And so sometimes we focus too much on what's going to happen with this, what's going to happen with that, who's going to do this, what's going to happen there, what's going to happen in my life. And to tell you the truth, a lot of us already kind of know what's going to happen. And for a lot of us, some of us are in denial of it, right? A lot of us are in denial of it. But some of us, are very much focused on how things are going to happen, like how miracles are going to perform. And that's where prayer and meditation and prayer, meditation, and self-care kind of comes together. I remember, you got the sacral chakra and the cornucopia. This is my manifestation card. When we want to bring things to earth, when we want to see things develop here on earth, we have to first develop ourselves. We have to be ready for the things that are coming towards us. We have to be more understanding with ourselves, understanding to others, and even when people are not necessarily as understanding, because we live in a very rigid world. The world we live in, this earthly plane, is, from what I heard, and you can say if I'm wrong, but this earthly plane is about 3 to 5 seconds behind what we think. So please know that sometimes things happen for a reason. Things may pan out the way it should because we know it's already going to pan out the way it should. But to elevate your life on a frequency where you already just know that life happens for us, not to us. My 3 prayers that I say every day, and they're just very short. They're very short. My 3 prayers, the first prayer is for divine protection. So I pray to God Almighty for protection, for getting me to work, for coming home, the practical stuff. And the second prayer is just to hover over me. Just guide me, hover over me. Give me a clear mind. And the third prayer is the prayer of clarity, forgiveness, and to be able to move through this life according to your will, right? And so it gives me already a compass into where I want my day, my week, my month to go. And sometimes things don't always, pan out that way. Things, accidents happen, things happen, foreclosures happen, bills happen. And we're so, how we do it. And then we get so stuck in that mindset of lack. And what do we do? How do we do it? How do we get that opportunity? How do we get that new job? What are we going to do? And I just say, just be at peace, which is easier said than done. I understand that. Be at peace. Understand that every you will have your moment, okay? You will have your moment. The divine always works incongruent with you. If you use it for your good, for your highest good. God, please bring me the right, please lead me, please develop me so that I can be in the best operating meat suit, like person that you can make me to be, and adjust me to what you need. When you read the Bible, it says he is the potter and you are the clay, and he will mold you. So we are vessels. All of us are vessels. You can read tarot as good as I can. Okay? With some practice and some dedication and meditation, you can read tarot just as good as I can. But we have to focus on our minds and our hearts and to be in alignment. A lot of us, we're living in such a time where love is so aloof. It's so aloof now. and our minds kind of take over. That's illogical. That could never happen. And you already take away the element of success, prosperity, light and love into your life, because you've already removed the chance for that to happen. We're always rolling a dice in our minds. We're always rolling a dice. It's calculations, it's a calculated move, but at the same time it's also like we're always making a choice. The greatest gift isn't love. The greatest gift is free will. Because we are given the chance to create a life for ourselves depending on how we choose, how the individual chooses their life to be. This is why when I do readings, I'll say not everything is written in stone, because people have the right to choose, but that's what I see energetically, right? But this is the world. I'm getting the sense where in the next coming years, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, you will start to see the manifestations of the metaphysical world and the tangible world kind of be incongruent together. It's almost like, but of course it was going to end up like this. Of course this was going to happen. Of course. Yeah, oh, that felt uncomfortable like 2 years ago, but guess what? It panned out for the best, right? And so we need to put our minds, I say set your mind on things above, not on things on earth, because what you see in here, you can have it in your hand, right? All right. Let's see. I'm getting my angel answers, you guys. I hope this is making sense. I don't normally do readings like this, but I just felt like, a lot of us, if you're in my collective, if you've been here watching my readings and you've been going through it, I just want you to know that, God answers prayers. I do believe that God answers prayers. Sometimes it's yes, sometimes it's no, sometimes it's wait. Be patient, wait for it before I can give it to you. But we're in this particular point in life where I feel like a lot of us have been through trivial moments, trivial relationships. And it could be with a significant other. It could also be with your family. It could also be with whatever, family members, friends. And you have to really take a step back and listen to yourself, listen to your higher self. Don't doubt yourself, right? If you're saying, okay, that friend is no good for me, let them go. Okay? That person is no good for me, let them go. This relationship is not working out, walk away, right? Because sometimes the universe will pull people away from you, or will put you in a position where you're going to have to make a decision whether you need to stay in that relationship or that friendship or whatever, or leave. But you have to start thinking for yourself. You are given a God-given mind. You are given the gift of reason. You are given the gift of knowledge. Some of you are very intelligent, but you know, sometimes it feels like, what is going on? Why am I this? Maybe some of you have excelled in school, but maybe love has been something that you haven't really accepted in your heart yet. Maybe, what I'm picking up for some of you, you got perfect timing. and a year from now. So some of you, something's going to happen a year from now. But for some of you, what I'm picking up is, you don't need to put your values in your talents. You don't need to put your values in the superficial. You don't need to dance around like a monkey and put on a show to get someone to love you. You gotta just love yourself. You know who you are. You are probably already talented. You probably have a gift. You probably own a business. You probably have 3 different degrees. You probably do so much for everyone else. But it's like, what are you doing for yourself? You have to show yourself awesome. I remember saying to myself recently, like probably earlier this year, I was like, holy crap, I did that. I literally manifested that. How did that happen? Right? I literally had a vision and that was it. But the universe is kind of like, you were clear about it. You understood it. You didn't rely on it. You didn't rely on that vision. You saw it as a roadmap, as a form of guidance, and you went for it. And you just kept going. Even though you had setbacks, you just kept going. Ask help from others. And yes, on the bottom you have yes. There's something better. And listen to your intuition and let it go. Peaceful resolution and recovery. Some of you are recovering from financial distress. Some of you, I'm getting that heavily. Some of you are going to recover from some financial distress. Maybe you're going to recoup money. Maybe you're going to gain money. I'm also seeing insurance claims, so you might get money from that. Let things go. Even when things feel very pressing, like I'm running out of time, I only have this many hours, I only have 2 days to get the rent, or I only have, whatever. It's okay, you're doing the best you can, but don't let your emotions rule you. The minute you let your emotions rule you is the minute you start to go into chaos mode, and you're just like, and your nervous system just like shuts down. You're just frozen. You don't know what else to do. Opportunity, choose a new direction, and meditation brings answers and big happy changes. There's going to be new changes for you. For some of you, new opportunities in work. But I feel like the real miracle here is really, you have to understand, the real miracle is you. The truth is, we are all living, breathing beings. And we are all part of this one big cosmic alignment. It doesn't matter how rich or how famous or how good or how shitty you are. We're all living, breathing people. And we have to understand that the respect that we have for others shows us the type of respect we have for ourselves. So the real miracle, if you are looking and praying for a miracle, God's got you. I'm getting God has your back. I'm also seeing being patient, and I'm also seeing don't let the sun go down on your anger. So if you have some kind of resentment, so if you have some kind of hurt and bitterness and I need my this and I gotta do this, it really shows you a reflection of who you are. So if people are acting that kind of way towards you or bitter towards you, you have to understand that's how you feel about yourself. And I refuse to live in the microscope of someone else. I have to be authentically myself, right? That's the only way I develop. That's the only way I'm going to grow. I can never work with like micromanagers. I can never work with people hovering over me. I can't do that. Like, I have to be free. That's just how I am. That's just how my mind works. Some people can do it. Some people can't, you know. But we have to forgive ourselves first. Some of you are feeling like you are a disappointment, and you're not. No one's perfect. We will always disappoint someone in this life. There will never be a day where we are not disappointing someone. There will never be a moment where we are not disappointing, you know, our parents or our spouse or our girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever have you. You know, disappointments will always happen, and we cannot please everyone. Some of you have been dealing with a lot of takers, people who have been siphoning your energy. They're called energy vampires. They take and take and take because they don't know how to be stable within themselves, so they have to take your stability and your mental clarity. And you can't, there are moments where you just can't handle that anymore. And so your higher self is telling you to let it go. Okay. I think this video is a miracle in and of itself. I've never seen myself talk like this before. This is the very first time I'm doing something like this, so I hope you guys kind of understand where I'm going with this. But most importantly, to forgive yourself. Most importantly, to forgive yourself. Rewire yourself, rewire your mind, rewire your heart. You know, for where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. So wherever you're putting your investments in, mentally, emotionally, energetically, that's your treasure. There your heart will be also, right? So be very mindful and discern. Make sure you know who you're getting involved with. Make sure you know who you're going to marry. Make sure you know who you are aligning yourself with, because those things are so important. It's so important. Because you don't want to just go with, you know, someone who's just not. Who is not going to. Who's difficult to deal with, right? So please understand that your life is what you make of it. That's the first thing. But to also know that time can heal things. You know, we need to learn how to forgive. To shut down those, still have those boundaries up, but you don't have to be angry and ruthless and bitter to people. We're living in a bitter world, and we're filming it all on camera, on our phones. We're living in a world of complaints and compliance and chaos. And we have to be that kind of stability in the chaos, right? Let me get 3 cards from my Wisdom Oracle. Forgiveness is such a big thing because it helps you move forward. It helps you move beyond. 3 cards, please. Some of you are healing some things with your mother, or maybe your mother had gone and you're no longer, you don't know what else to do, like you're at a crossroads. So it's funny because it's the fork in the road. Observer. So I see like your prayers are going up and serendipity, and things are being heard right now. Your prayers are being heard right now. But we have to get into alignment and to remove all kind of doubt. When you pray, you're not going to some far off God. You're going within. And you're asking yourself, you're telling yourself, these are the needs. These are the needs I need in this life. These are the practical things in this world that I absolutely need. I need your help, right? And so I feel the universe is hearing your prayers, but there is a fork in the road. Got building blocks, tick-tock, unfinished symphony, flexibility, and a change in the wind. So there's going to be a change in something, again, to be able to clean up the mess in your mind. But there's going to be a change in the wind, and you may have to be more flexible in terms of how things will go. Take your time. Take it easy. Breathe. There's your debt collectors are breathing the same air you're breathing. Your frenemy is breathing the same air you're breathing. You have to understand we are one giant collective, and we cannot take everything personally. And sometimes things happen and we have to be on guard, especially when you do tarot readings, or when you read for different people, or when you talk to different people all the time. You have to be on your guard. You have to know, yeah, I can act this way, I can talk this way, I can be this way. But you have to understand like where your limitations are. Okay? And there's nothing wrong with having limitations. We're human. Okay? It's okay. But for some of you, there's going to be some kind of change, some kind of maybe negotiations, or some kind of change in terms of what you need. Yin, yeah, you're the vessel. This is a time right now where you are being called to clean your heart chakra out, and even your third eye chakra, like to just clean it out and to really get into this place of being a vessel for eternal light, for eternal joy, for eternal peace. It's very much it's like, so I'm seeing the star card in the tarot, which is Aquarius. You're healing. There's a sense here of healing, guidance, healing, and understanding, knowing yourself, purifying yourself, cleansing yourself. And sometimes it means you need to take all the ish, clean it all up. Do some serious deep cleaning in your mental to root chakra, to your crown to your root chakra. Like, yeah, forking the road. You're still again, there's still going to be a change in the road and a leg up. And observer. So some of you are waiting on something to happen, I'm seeing some of you are waiting on a payment, deep knowing, a change in the wind. There's going to be some changes and building blocks. This is going to help you and lead you to a higher destination or a better destination. And some of you have a hard time letting go of the past or what is, instead of saying, oh, I need to get out of here. It's time for me to go. Never ending story, right? It's time for me to go. Always acknowledge yourself. Always know that everything happens for you, not to you. I have seen people who have played it safe all their life and really have nothing to show for it. You know, you could have had a safe life, a good life, a secured life, but at some point it's like, is that the extent of it? You know, so always go beyond the Rubik's Cube. Go beyond the box that people have set you on, because you don't know what you're capable of. You're human. You are human. We are a walking paradox. We can do everything, but at the same time, we're like, we limit ourselves. We can't do anything. So please look beyond yourselves. Look beyond your emotions, like my last video. Look beyond your emotions and understand yourself. Spirit, give me 3 cards, please, for my collective. Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, this is the earthly plane. 9 of Swords. The Magician. 3 of Pentacles. You are building, for some of you, you're building wealth. You're building a life for yourself, but you need to get out of this obsessive energy. Some of people today have become so overwhelmed by being money hungry, by being so tight on what they need, on I don't know, like it's just so materialistic that it keeps them up at night. Please don't be that person. Let it go. If it has brought you a sense of karma, a sense of instability mentally, emotionally, then it's not for you. Then it's time to let it go. Give me 3 more cards, please. Yeah, 7 of Cups, 10 of Cups. You got the Devil here and the 5 of Swords here. So let things go. You don't want to be stuck here. You don't want the 10 of Cups to just be a dream. You want it to be something that materializes in this world, but you got to get out of this obsessive mentality. Get out of it. Meditation. Get out of the frequency that everyone has you in. Get out of the frequency. Just look for what do I want to see? What do I want to see without anyone getting hurt, without anyone getting demoted, without anyone losing anything? Where do I want to see myself? Not even maybe a month from now, right? And Justice. And the 10 of Swords. 4 of Wands. Oh my gosh. 6 of Pentacles and the Tower, and then you got the Queen of, oh my gosh, Queen of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, 9 of Wands. Some of you, it feels very karmic, or it feels very unjust, but let me tell you, sometimes your justice comes in a form of injustice because it's trying to move you to a new direction. It's redirecting you, or transformative. Like every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. So every beginning starts from someone else's, some other ending. So let it end. Whatever has to go, let it go. Some of you are pros at letting it go, is what I'm hearing. Don't stay stuck. Don't stay stuck. And move on. There's a new some of you are buying a new place, a new home, a new place to live. Some of you are doing the best you can to build a new life. But you're tired. So what I'm getting is let go. Let go. Let it hurt. Let it burn. Usher, let it burn, right? and go after your 10 of cups, your happiness. And I know it's easier said than done. Like, go after your happiness, and why am I not happy here, and da 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 da. You're not going to be happy every day. There are more days, I think, in my life where I wasn't happy than I was, right? But the Hierophant. But you want to be stable, right? You want to be in your own stability, so you don't have to worry. You don't have to worry about Ace of Pentacles. Some of you are going to get a gift or some kind of acknowledgement. Some of you are refinancing a home. Yeah, refinancing. And I feel like a lot of you are moving. I feel like some of you guys are moving. But let it burn. No matter how hard it gets, keep going. You know, you're in this. You're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. It's not over until you win, right? It's not over until you win. Les Brown, who was a motivational speaker in like the 80s or 90s, it's not over. And now he is a man. Interestingly enough, it's not over until I win. He was born in Miami, in a really bad part of Miami. And if you just went by rolling the dice on him, he probably would have never made it as a businessman. But he made it as a businessman because he put his mind to it. He didn't care what teachers told him. He didn't care what his family thought of him. He didn't care that he was abandoned when he was a kid. Like, those things may have played a part in terms of his circumstances, but it didn't let him become who he is. He didn't leave himself behind. He caught up with life. And he said, this is what I'm meant to do. This is my calling. This is what I'm... See, we don't want to... We sometimes dwell in where we were and how we got into our position. But we have a choice, right? We always have a choice. All right, so that's what I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this. I am open for personal tarot readings if you're interested. I do live readings now also, if you're curious. And I'm sending you guys massive love and light. Massive love and light. It's so... This world can be very uneasy. And it can be very darn... It can be very dense. So reevaluate some things. I'm not saying dwell in the past, but reevaluate some things. No regrets. Look at it for what it is. See what you can do to make it a better option or to see an opportunity in it and move on, move forward. All right. So you guys, massive love and light on this beautiful Wednesday. And I love you guys. Love and light and blessed be.